Want me to have the gun out when I spawn?
Not equipped, but oh hey, you're not completely black. Awesome.
You're double marking. You're double
Cool.
marking.
Okay. Not equipped, but on your hip, yes.
Okay. It should be okay. It should be set to default.
Raven, just fake like you're pressing the keypad. I'll click the right button on the elevator.
Oh. Yeah, I just refrain from saying that because that just annoys me.
Hello there. My name is Garadaos Terrace Carfield, and this is my security team behind me. I have an appointment with your leader here.
Yes, we have been waiting for you. You are very late.
But we're...
And I see you have
5 minutes early.
with you for a meeting.
Yes, they're my security
I hope
team to
it is
protect me.
fine if I bring my own friends along.
Oh, of
Do
course.
you mind? Oh wait, it does not matter if you mind. Please. Follow me. And then.
Do I need to turn in any of my weapons or anything like that? And the other question I have
If
is,
they want
am I
to.
allowed to record the meeting in any sense of term?
And
If
they're
I
allowed to record,
can't, then
yes.
I need to turn off my little monocle that usually records.
You are allowed to.
And
It
you
won't matter in the end anyway.
Understood.
And they can leave their weapons if they want to.
And, oh, you can leave your heavy weapons at the door if you wish to. I know they can be so heavy. Please, do be careful in the elevator. It can get quirky during the nighttime sometimes.
Understood.
Elevator's haunted. Wait for them all to get.
Elevator's haunted. Watch your heads.
Okay, there we go. And oh, that's actually not that bad. What the fuck?
Oh, it is.
Okay. Elevator's haunted.
Certainly.
Respawn. Tell them to respawn, please. Oh. Something broke. God damn it. God damn it.
It's just a conflict issue, I'm sure.
You had to say the elevator's haunted.
That was your idea too. That was your idea.
Okay, I'm glad everyone...
Oh my god.
I gotta calm down.
Breathe, dear.
Sizzle, please tell me your screen was watching all of that. I will go back and get all of that. I need to.
I have it. I'm streaming.
Oh.
You can definitely
Good.
clip it later.
I will clip it. I will do so later.
I got a drink. I literally am about to pass out. So that was...
All right, so
Oh my god.
so I will be back in a second. I will check. I'll check with Raven and Seer, and once it's done, I'll summon y'all to the lobby floor. You'll descend for like a minute, for 90 seconds, a minute and a half. It's not that long. Excuse me. For fuck's sake. All right. Let me know when they are ready. I am ready to start summoning you all. Let me know when they're ready. I'm ready to start summoning you all.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, there we go.
You're double miking.
He is the boss. I'm double miking also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm not alone.
Oops, I forgot to summon Raven.
It's been hard. I'm trying to Get back in character.
I'm happy I brought the GM menu into this world.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you did too. We're gonna clip that and we're gonna post
I,
that. 'cause that's
God
so-
damn it.
Oh, I will absolutely keep up that evidence.
We loved it. We loved it.
I-
That stuff is a part of VR
So,
chat.
I-
That was the funniest thing. Honestly, you should keep it that way. You
I-
should have
I-
two elevators. You should have the old one and a new one.
Well, no, you don't want to go down that elevator just yet.
Oh.
No, you're fine.
All right.
Hey, Seer, since we're stopped, go ahead and take off your armor. I like it better without the armor on.
No elevator jokes. I'll break character, you
I'm
asshole.
busy tracking. Hold on.
Did the escalator?
Everything's full.
The elevator goes down low.
Well, that was an interesting.
Do 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 do. Oh,
You
sorry.
weren't
Okay.
kidding.
All right, cards up in 3, 2, 1.
I hope you had a lovely experience. Please follow me
Hot micing.
to your meeting. It does.
Actually, keep hot micing so I can hear what you're
It
saying.
loves to party.
God damn it. It's the party elevator now. Great. I'm gonna add a button.
And Taco Tuesdays are the best.
Damn it. Tacos are a lie.
No. I hope this awkward silence pleases you. Would you like to talk about something? It sounds like you have a lot on your mind. Oh yes, it was quite unfortunate. Please do mind the doorways. If you scratch one, I will make you into a lobby. Yes, getting stepped on all day is so pleasurable.
I didn't know you were into that.
Yes,
I haven't muted this entire time.
it is another one of my designations. You may call me Mommy if you wish. Right this way. I have brought Garfield and his entourage.
Mr. Carfield and Entourage. Interesting.
Yes.
Security team. They come with me.
I
When you're
see.
going through Palace District, you kind of need it through those areas. It's only for safety purposes.
I guess that is true. We've not pushed the issues too far back yet, or solved them.
But you're making great strides towards it, I see.
Of course, of course.
That's commendable.
Thank you. And just as a warning, do not draw your weapons. Honestly, I don't care about you drawing your weapons. Just the security system will go off and all of the sacrificial EMPs will fire off. And no technology will work. He'll be in lockdown, and I will be very angry.
Understood.
So I can see it.
Oh yes, I wouldn't mind. I'll have my security guys. Y'all sit down over that bench over there if you don't mind. Tyler, you can stick with me.
Thanks.
Tell you could take a seat next to me if you don't mind. If you don't mind him sitting there.
Not at all, no.
Stand
Let's stand.
Try not to break the seat with your fat ass.
Karen's, dear. She makes up for my lack of personality.
I need me a woman who can just tell me
Orion
to
does
break
that
things
for
with
me.
my fat ass.
And next you'll be wanting someone to step on you, probably.
Tyler, if he says anything else, smack him upside the back of the head. Sorry
Will
about
do.
that.
That is fine. So,
He has too much personality.
oh, I see. Making up for everyone else here.
Too little.
Overcompensating. Right.
Anyway, I guess we get right to it then.
I see. So, my secretary, let me know that you're interested in property near here.
Yes, with the way the Versal Agency is going and the property values over here relatively reasonable,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about buying at least a warehouse or two, something for my cargo business. While I do have a detective business, I also run a very profitable cargo business as well, shipping things. And as you know, keeping equipment and everything like that, and oil, other things for storage and mounting things, they take up space, and I can't keep them all in the Sherlock all the time. Sometimes things break. You have to get new forklifts, other stuff like that. So I have to have space for storage. And your district or area around here seems like a very up-and-coming district, and I'd rather get in the beginning phases before it gets a little bit too expensive, as it were.
Yes, that is, one of the draws to the Palace District. It's, quite contrary to its name, not very, palatious. And is on the cheap side, which has made acquisition of property rather easy. Extremely
Cheap
inexpensive for
doesn't
me.
mean bad, though.
Oh, well. What you see here is a lot of investment. This is not what it was when we first got here, of course. Though, we've started maintaining some of the more archaic systems in Laura Zafira, so, it's become convenient. But,
Understandable.
so a cargo business, is this imports, exports?
Imports, exports, getting items, finding items, treasure hunting. Whatever the job is, we usually take it.
I see. Reclamation.
Reclamation, but also stuff that's legal. We don't do anything of any illegal fashion. It must have the proper paperwork, always. I don't dabble in that kind of shady business. I have a detective business run that would be kind of contrary to what I actually do. And just to formally state as well, and I'm sure you have the concern as well, there's no formal investigation of this facility, by the way, point blank. I know that's kind of like something that was probably on top of your mind. I just wanted to let you know that none of these things. The only thing I have right now is my recording device, which I asked beforehand for the meeting if I am allowed to record.
Yes. Right. Sorry, my mind is just drawing a blank. So, right, not under investigation. I am very well aware of that. If you were here scoping out the joint or looking into something, it would be trivial.
Obvious.
Obvious would be a word, yes. I'm just concerned that, I guess you've laid the concern of us being under investigation to rest. There is the concern of competing business. We are in the business of supplying corporations in the community with things. And if you're getting into supplying things, I want to make sure that there's not an overlap there.
Correct. If you let me know what industries you're supplying and everything like that, I'm more than willing to back off of any contracts so that we have a non-compete agreement and do that. Most of my business is outside of Zafira. I mean, Zafira has the way to teleport and other things. Ours is more of the hand-to-hand sort of thing. People who can't afford teleports, or if they have teleport technology, it turns it into slag. So deserts,
Right.
snow maps, stuff like that.
I see. Well, as long as you're not dealing in high technology or advanced weaponry, I think we'll be fine. And
Yeah, shouldn't be doing that.
we might be able to find some mutually beneficial business.
I would like that.
Tech support has some efficient relocation processes, equipment. So getting things across the between solar systems and whatnot, it's not too difficult. So if you're working off planet, be sure to let us know.
Understood.
And whereabouts were you thinking in the Palace District? Because we've got the center here.
Something that's not too. The center I know would be a little bit more expensive, obviously, around you, but probably another area, probably outside of the center, but not too in the deep which we came from. Obviously, I don't want to have armed security around the place 24/7,
So-
if possible. I mean,
What route did you take to get here? By foot, by car?
we went by foot. We didn't go by car because by car it would be too obvious. People would probably try to ransack it or attack us. So we went by foot, and when you have these three coming behind you, no one really messes with you. Luckily.
So you chose more obvious over obvious.
Yeah.
Right. Well, as you saw on your way here, we pretty much have a perimeter out to which we have our patrols going. So I'm assuming you'd like to be within that perimeter, but not close enough to be displacing us.
In your way or in my way.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I see. Well,
I stay in my lane, you stay in yours. We just do business whenever we need to work together. I'm willing to work together. Even my security team member, if you need people to help out with some of your cargo runs during these shady little areas, I'd be willing to let the Versal Agency help you out in those cases. So I'd be willing to offer our services.
I stay in my lane?
Well, I don't mean that in an insulting way. I mean that where we don't get involved with each other unless we absolutely have to. I don't want to break into your cargo pass or anything like that and maybe disrupt or damage your roads or anything like that.
Are you planning on driving tanks through the streets?
No, but if someone wanted to bring heavy cargo, I don't want to put potholes or stuff. I would have to repair those constantly, and that would be detrimental to your business. Obviously, I'd repair anything that gets damaged along the way. That's just our job.
We've been maintaining the civil services within our perimeter. So any kind of standard wear and tear to the roads is not a problem, and our construction department can handle that. And trust me, if we're
I have
moving
asked.
things through the streets, you will know, and it'll be rather easy to stay out of their way.
Understood. Out of curiosity, with the lack of a council member at this point, how are y'all handling the taxes in the area? Are you basically taking the brunt of that on your shoulders right now to repair the roads and provide the populous things? That's what it seemed like when I read some of the articles about your company.
We are following the law to the letter. With tech support, we don't do things illicitly. We're rather experts in following rules and written contracts. So our taxes are well paid and open to the public, as taxes are. And yes, we do deduct some because the rebuilding in the area is considered, I think, philanthropic, I guess. It's bettering the community.
Correct.
Right. And right now, without having a council person in that chair is, afforded me some conveniences, yes. And as I see it, the district is running quite well without someone in that chair.
I would agree.
It's also the concern of who would sit in that chair. As much as tech support.
That is a good question.
Yes. Do you have an answer?
I have my assumptions, but I'm just a humble businessman. I can't really interpose on what politicians will be doing to a seat. However, do you want me to interpose what my thoughts are?
I think I find this amusing. Yes, continue.
This is all conjecture, by the way. This is not fact or anything. This is just my detective observation, as it will, and it could be total BS.
I see you.
But generally speaking, it's pretty obvious with my dealings with some of the council members, like Mr. McKay, Sachi, Mr. Galdier. They look at this palace district as something that they could build upon. Any one of them could at any time decide to push, as it were. I'm not accusing them of doing that. However, it seems that it's possible that that could happen. However, knowing your company, I don't think you would be privy to that and want that to be happening or even allow that, which hopefully that's how you feel.
Well, the fun thing about pushing and the laws of physics is it does require an equal and opposite force. And if they decide to come in and push on tech support, there will be reactionary measures. I was going to say that we follow the letter of the law here. We respect anything judicial or executive. But when it comes to politics, it makes it very messy. And it's pretty obvious that the council is completely chaired by corporate owners.
Correct.
So I'm sure you've done your research before you came here. And it is more than obvious that tech support takes advantage of our peers. All within the letter of the law, of course. Everything's legit. But everything's also contractual, and we're good at providing the correct solution when needed. And also being a corporate problem when needed. To make it more simple, yes, we are a corporate gang.
Makes sense.
You, Mr. Carfield, talk about your dealings with the council. Almost sort of wave it off as if it's every here and there and not very often, but you deal a lot with those that sit in those chairs.
Correct. For and against them.
For and against. So you're riding the fence, as they say.
The best way to be. The most profitable. Just have to be blunt on that. It's not that I can be bought off or anything like that. When I am hired, I am hired. I do it to the best of my ability within the letter of the law, just like you do. I'm not some vigilante who goes about and does things illegally. For instance, you've probably seen my record of how I was hired by the council to look into the investigation of the assassination attempt on Mr. Malleus McKay, as well as Mr. Toku Wodar. That was something I was intricately familiar with.
Yes. Nice little trick he pulled off in the street there, too. Sometimes I feel as though imitation is the best form of flattery. He runs a very interesting business. Acquiring, collecting, similar to some of the things we do. Very much a different vein, though.
He sees it as more of a game,
Oh, this is
not
all
a
a game.
solution, as it were.
This is absolutely all a game. If I wanted to, I could go on vacation right now, retire to somewhere other than Zafira. What is that people like? Is it beaches? Mountain lakes?
I'm reading. I believe it is the bottom of the ocean.
Bottom of the ocean. I could build a very long elevator to a underwater facility and enjoy the fish for the rest of my life.
Hmm.
But that wouldn't be very much fun, would it?
It would not.
No. I like to play the game. This is all a game. Albeit I do have a different perspective than all of the councilmen. The councilmen play with pawns. They have their game that they sit in their high throne and watch the participants run around and play in. I don't sit in a high throne. I watch. But I am firmly between those they play with and them. They don't seem to appreciate where their power and their money come from. They don't realize that it is an expendable resource. The people are not fucking fast enough to make up with all the death. That is why I like to, as they say, be philanthropic. I invest in the common people, the citizens of Zafira. Because what these higher corporations don't appreciate is that all their money comes from them. All my money comes from corporations. I am no Robin Hood, but the people need to be taken care of. Trickle-down economics, we'll call it that. So, as there is never a true balance, what side of the fence are you on right now? Are you trying to make the councilman happy? Or do you not care right now?
It's not about caring, it's about getting the job done.
Is there a more simple way to state the question?
No, he is just stupid.
You're asking if I'm in bed with the council?
Not necessarily in bed. If you were in bed with the council, it would be obvious. You would have puppet strings. You would be sweating right now because they would be holding something over you. You would be bugged. Your 3 friends would be accompanied by other people. You're not in bed with the council. You're in the game for yourself, I know this. But like I said, there is no true thing as balance. It is always leaning to one side or the other. So right now,
Do you read philosophy?
I'm familiar with it.
I don't want to bore you with a philosophy lesson unless you're willing to hear it, but it'll probably give you an idea of how I think about the world and how everything's done.
Please provide the context.
Alright. You are aware of the Atlas, right? The old Titan from Greek mythology?
Yes, holding the world upon his shoulders.
Say you see Atlas standing there, holding the world upon his shoulders, erring while he's bleeding from his shoulders, sweat rolling down his brow. and you're approaching him. He's erring, he's it's hurting him. He's holding the way of the world, and without him, things would crumble. But he's holding it up for the benefit of others, under his own detriment. What would you say to him to relieve himself?
What would I say? Set the globe down. It's not the end of the world.
In a manner of speaking, that's correct. I would tell him.
Oh,
to
thank
shrug.
you. I appreciate that. Oh, just shrug it off. Thanks, Coach.
Not shrug off the responsibility, but to shrug in the detriment of it all.
Are you saying...
It's not bad to be selfish. Being selfish in of itself is not the detriment of others, but it's to help yourself out while others see you as an example. From the conversation you just told me about what you're doing with this company, I feel you're doing the same thing. And you're helping out the people above you while setting yourself as an example for them, and that is commendable. And that's just what I try to do with all of my crew here. They could easily crush my head like a grape at this very moment, yet they trust me.
And...
That's what's real power.
Right.
And
You've explained your power
as you
over your
said.
few here. You set up the context of your philosophical opinions. Conclusion being...
With the conclusion being, let's get down to brass tacks, I guess. Right now, if you want me to be blunt, I am working on one case right now for one council member. It's nothing to deal with you or anything like that. It's actually deal with outside of your realm, something that you probably are looking into. Seeing the article today actually sparked my mind a little bit. Hopefully it's not related, but regardless, one thing I'm looking at right now is a museum that's between Market and Palace right now. I'm wanting to get a hold of the curator of that area.
Right. And...
I believe that answers your question. He does not care.
I don't think it's a lack of caring. I think he does care. I think you're quite familiar with emotions.
Correct.
So I assume you're talking of the museum towards the historic district between Palace and Market.
Correct.
Yes. There is a certain community member that has made sizable contributions, which one could assume is making an investment.
Correct.
Because there's no truly
Which ties back to my earlier statement.
Please come full circle. I'm still waiting for my other answer.
Seeing these donations, and I even have the public record of those donations from a certain council member, I also have come to the assumption and conclusion that it's an investment, as you say, and it concerns me.
Why does investments in a museum concern you?
It's conjecture, but it could be seen as establishing a foothold. What anyone does in a war, as it were. I'm not saying that we're at war, but you don't just go headlong into battle without a base of operations, as it were.
So, what you're saying is that If there were to be a great imbalance, since a councilman made a large donation, a payment to the museum, not completely unlike a payment for services, that the museum would side with this councilman if there were to become some kind of situation.
Correct.
And this councilman that's asking you to look into the museum, I'm assuming they are paying you quite handsomely.
As always,
Mm-hmm.
my fees are high.
And when that councilman finds themselves in a tough spot, maybe needing a little bit of extra cannon fodder or investigative skills, see, I take a long pause here because I've built up sort of an accusational statement accusing you of a possible action you would take. This is where you react.
I understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will. I will wait.
Say that would not happen. I'm not in it to lose my head, as it were. Delving into someone's personal politics is not something that I am privy to. Investigating, sure, but putting myself or my comrades on the line over some petty civil war or politics is not something that I am in favor of. In fact, I'm actually kind of glad the investigation I had with Toku Udara and Mr. McKay went the way it went. Because God help us if it went the way that I was thinking it could have gone, a civil war could have happened. And that wouldn't be good for anybody.
I assume you have investigator-client confidentiality.
Correct.
Confidence.
Correct.
So I won't ask you what the result of that was, that investigation. Would you be willing to share your conjecture?
I would be willing. My conjecture is that all the council members are working against each other. Hiding things, being detrimental to each other. The investigation yielded to me that the council, while it is a formal agreement, it's a bunch of do-nothingers around a table that like to sit in big stone-tall chairs and talk about how good they are. Even the ones I like. A whole lot of nothing gets done in those meetings. In fact, I was slightly insulted that I wasn't even invited to reveal the investigation findings myself directly. I had to do it by proxy, through the neutral council member who hired us.
I assume that would be Gildier.
Correct. Probably the only level-headed one on that council, although, however, he does have his own things he needs for a guardian.
Yes, I have found an overlap in Gildier's apparent desires and what I've been doing. So it's brought us...
We would be mutual in that.
Well, I don't know. I was going to say it brings tech supporting Gildier parallel for a time. I don't think we drive on the same intentions or morals. I've been wrong a few times. I think, you're less parallel and more carpool. Right. So a couple warehouses.
couple warehouses and potentially a warehouse that has a little bit of bedding above it as well, or some rooms, so that way we can have some places for some of my crew to stay sometimes overnight. Ship stays are great, but not as comfortable, as it were.
Would you need any air traffic access to it, or just ground traffic?
Ground traffic. I wouldn't think we need any air traffic. If we need to get out of there, we can teleport directly to the Sherlock from there, probably, depending on where the channels are.
Mm-hmm. Would a combined 40,000 square feet accommodate your needs?
I'll
It's-
ask my people. Would that work?
25 and 15 between the two.
Hmm.
Oh, you crunched the big
That would be
numbers.
He's a big man, so he needs big space.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure you could probably ball up into 3 or 4 square feet and sleep in a corner. You come with your own bedding.
Yes, that square footage would work.
Excellent. Well, it'll be on the low side of moderate. I know you can afford that. And maintain your business.
Sounds good.
All right. I will have a contract prepared. And your lawyer, who should I contact?
You can contact my secretaries. I have 2 secretaries that can handle all the paperwork, and I'm actually a certified paralegal, so I'm legally I can legally go through the paperwork myself.
Perfect. I like this even more now.
I've got too many certifications.
Mm.
He knows.
I see. Well, whatever your stance is with the council and whatever you're doing, I don't think you're a threat, so welcome to the Palace District.
Thank you very much.
Again, I don't think
And
you're going to
another
have
thing that
Mm.
I mentioned it to some of your staff who were walking in here. I saw the article today about your one employee, what happened to them. I wanted to impart to you that I am sorry that that happened, and also I am willing to investigate that if you want me to. Especially since you're being so kind to me, I would do it pro bono.
And where is it that you think I'm lacking in being able to solve this mystery?
I wouldn't say you're lacking at all. You're fully capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just figure as potential business partners in the future that it'd be better to get to know each other. That makes sense.
I think business partners might be I'm trying to think of what
Bit
the
much.
right wording is.
Acquaintance?
Acquaintance is a good word. I know of your business, you know of mine. We have common dealings, sometimes with each other. You can fully trust in tech support's capability to investigate our internal affairs, even if it involves external factors. Trust me, I am very much aware of what happens in all of my organization. I appreciate the offer. I believe that's the correct thing to say. Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it. I'm guessing, is there anything else you want to discuss, or do you want me to see myself out?
Oh, I'll have you seen out, don't worry. I don't want you to get lost in the lovely liminal space that we call home.
Understood.
Yes.
That elevator's a trip, though.
Is it? I heard it was a party.
Everyone likes to party in the elevator, especially on
Yes.
Friday.
Friday.
If I have to take down another disco ball in the elevator, the punishment will be far worse this time.
Oh, and where are my manners as well? This is my head of security, Tyler.
Oh,
I'll let
we're
him
way
introduce
past that.
himself
This is at the end of
fully.
the meeting. Why are you introducing people at the
Tell me what you
end?
still say.
Seems out of place and out of
Huh.
order. Oh, by me.
Well, they never got to
Continue.
say anything. So.
Yes. So, sorry, who is this again?
I'll let him
Tyler,
introduce himself
hello.
and his team.
William Stormsong. You too?
Oh, I wouldn't want to disrupt the order of things.
Well, the hat is Warden 4.
Warden 4.
Introduce
on.
yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Confirms that.
Orion 9.
An Orion Dine, I see. Well, that explains a lot. They're synthetic. As you well know, they're exos.
Correct.
Oh, thank you.
Best in the business.
Mm. Do you know what the numbers after their name means?
You know, honestly, I haven't gone to fully detail on that. I feel that's more of a personal matter. But if they want to,
They can reveal it to me.
How is common knowledge a personal matter? If I asked you what happened the first 8 times, which obviously you don't know, that would be rude. And that would be a personal matter.
The only reason it's common knowledge to begin with is because individuals who originally found out couldn't keep their traps shut.
Well, obviously, if you're appending a number after your name, eventually someone's going to guess correctly. It's probably going to be one of the first 3 guesses, too.
Regardless, much rather explain to someone
We
myself.
guessed it on the first
rather than
one.
have someone tell my story for me.
I'm not telling
By
any
all means.
stories. I don't know much about your past.
Let's keep the number thing private for the moment being.
Alright, you heard that, Mr. Garfield. Don't Google it.
and now
Right.
you see why I trust them.
Find out some information that's forbidden.
I prefer Ask Jeeves, but
I can appreciate that. I like the traditional archaic things in the world. I also like the new shiny. Karen, see them out.
Turned into a escort bot. Over the world. Follow me.
Fire team, let's see our way out.
Watch your head.
Escort bot, I swear to God, if you offer them services. I don't think they need companionship. They have the 4 themselves. It was a perfect moment for that crescendo.
You're my right. You're yours. Yeah.
I do have it on side. It is my best side.
It is a good sign.
Thank you.
Of course.
All of your sides are good.
And cards down.
Oh, cool. Nice. That was a good scene. You don't like all that?
Sit down.
Poor Tyler.
I told you you could have sat down the whole time.
I had to sit
offered a
down.
seat to you.
I had to sit down. I went invisible and I had to sit down.
Fuck. Careful, there's no colliders on the elevator walls.
Elevator.
Oh.
They rode the dead elevator.
No! Who fell? Who am I summoning?
Oh no, here they are.
Who fell?
Go to respawn. Go to respawn.
Oh,
Go to respawn.
respawn.
Orion did. We're gonna respawn.
Okay, that
Respawn.
works.
God.
You stupid bitch. No,
Well, he's dead.
Respawn.
He's dead.
On the elevator again. Oh
Yeah, he went down the elevator.
I have no idea where the elevator is right now. All I know,
How
it
did
could
you
be
like that?
tumbling around. Oh, I loved it. At the end, it was. God
What?
damn it, I was muted. Yeah, I have no idea where the elevator is. For all I know, it's like spinning off in space right now, trying to go to the lobby. But
You didn't. Just keep it that way, please.
So-
keep this map and just like upload as the fun elevator. 'Cause that was the funnest thing that I've made.
Oh my god.
it worked.
Never dropped
It
characters
worked.
so fast.
It worked in the. The entire world starts
Yeah, it
going.
didn't work in the last version. Yeah.
I honestly don't
Riots
know.
in the background.
Right after we said it was haunted too, and that's the best
How did I
part.
do?
That was
Was it
great.
good?
I don't like him. I don't
Oh
like
my
him.
god.
You don't like
Of
her?
course you don't like them.
Not you.
They're corpos.
I know, I
Of course
know.
You're not gonna like them.
Well,
DT has to be a corpo
sorry.
now.
they're
That whole,
they're the.
that whole, that,
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't know, man. It's like,
Oh,
I
the
like
whole-
you
The
have a much
enemy
bigger
of my
game than
enemy.
you're letting-
It was a
It's not
typical
always
the
your
enemy of
friend.
my enemy is my friend. I know.
It's not always
but-
your friend. But no, there is so much more going on behind
We were
closed
just-
doors with
so
that
I was just
character,
smiling
by
at
the
all that
way she
conversation.
speaks. They speak, she, they,
She.
but just yeah, actually, but it's just like nah, you're probing way too much. We came here to talk business, and you spend 20 minutes investigating into his psyche. Cool, you're up to something, lady. I don't like
I mean,
you.
okay.
I
to
mean-
be fair,
DT knew
To-
that was gonna happen. He's in the belly of the
To
beast.
be
He knew that was
fair-
gonna happen. That's
to
why he
be
ordered
fair,
that.
he went on a 15-minute tangent.
Well,
She started
That's
it.
what he does.
she
technically, yeah.
she started by asking a simple question. There is no such thing
Yeah,
as
she did.
balance in the
Game's
world.
like-
Either entropy or order is
Yeah.
always winning. If you're standing in that
DT's
middle
the opposite.
line and it starts to lean in one direction, what side do you get on?
It's a simple answer that has a complex. A simple question that has a complex answer. There is no. There's many answers, and it tells you a lot about a person in the way that they answer. Probing,
He spent
she was
15
looking
minutes
for
channeling
information about
Plato.
him.
Yeah, objectivism.
That's what she wanted.
Because DT is the opposite of you. He believes in balance. He believes A is A and black is black and white is white. That's how DT's made.
And if you want to go through the world just following your imagination, go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
but she was probing for way more information, and it's like, okay, we came here to talk business. You don't need to probe into my psyche. It's like, I don't like her.
DT knew it was gonna happen.
Oh, I know.
Get him on
I'm
the same
sure, but
page.
still.
DT
That was
learned a
fun,
lot.
though.
They learned a lot.
Yes.
They got a few hits DT got not as many hits. They got more hits on DT mentally.
Whoa, where's my cord?
So,
There are two types of exos in the world: those that get pissed off about numbers and those that don't.
Ha ha.
And you got two that get pissed off. Exactly. So why?
I didn't say anything.
Oh,
No, she didn't
that's
say anything.
that is fair.
He
That
did.
is fair.
Orion got mad
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, Orion was the one who got mad at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Orion
that
was
was
the one
in
who got mad
Orion's
at it.
thing. I wanted to involve. The reason why I did that at the end, by the way, is I wanted to involve them at the end. At least give them something instead of just sitting down. So that's why I did that.
Do you regret that now?
No.
I don't want you to regret that. I think it was fantastic. I'm more than happy if people
That was
start hating
great.
Pixel.
Did you?
Because
Did you have any feedback on that scene, or did you like that scene? Was that good for you?
oh, I like the scene. Yeah.
God, that sounds so bad the way I said that. Fuck.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
How dare you, Guns?
That
What
wasn't
the
intentional.
fuck? What the fuck?
But I could definitely see the Malleus vibes that you're trying to do, like, but like
Excuse
anti-Malleus,
me?
kind of.
Excuse me?
Message me.
Do I?
Send me the message.
What did I say?
You said it a long time ago in DMs. I won't get into it then.
She's at the level of Malleus. She has a style of Malleus, but
Oh, okay,
she's
okay,
not.
That's what I meant.
She's not charming. She's not endearing.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't
No.
say you were endearing or charming.
No, she is
Charming?
very much black and white.
Mm-hmm.
There's two sides. There's no in between. What fucking side are you on when the situation becomes dire? Maybe the question is as simple as you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Depends
mean,
on the
I guess
circumstances.
they'll figure it out eventually.
Circumstances are
They'll
always
figure it out
changing.
eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll
Yeah,
figure it
they'll
out
figure
in
it out
about
eventually.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the fuck are
yeah.
you doing, Varix, in the fucking com?
Your eyes just
Playing,
like
whoopee cushion noise.
glowed brighter the moment you looked at me.
Try as you might.
So,
Nowhere with me.
Regardless, well, I'm glad you liked the scene and everything. That was fun.
so you saw about
What the fuck, Raven?
10% of the map.
I wasn't standing.
Oh, you
I
lost
was sitting in style.
Yes. Ah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I need to learn how to do this.
So there are.
And I was recording the whole time, so technically he would have made a map of what he could and everything like that.
Yep.
If you're okay with that. But it's like basic stuff. But like DT, like I said before at OOC, like DT has nothing against you. He doesn't really care what you do because he knows detrimentally, like, you are working against the capital, so is he. So man, I know.
It's an assumption he's making that she's working against the council. She's not necessarily working against the council. She's working against the corporations
Hope I at least creeped one.
Correct.
that each council member owns and
God,
runs.
that was so fucking
So
so fucking
her opinions of the Lotus are quite clear. Her opinions of Sachi are quite clear. She's waiting for him to pack up and move on to the next town that he's going to do his circus
We're
in.
just like, oh yes, it's the party elevator, especially.
Hop
on
the
fucking-
Ringling Brothers Railroad or whatever it is and get the fuck out.
And when that happens, it's people like you, DT, other people have to pick up the pieces and fix everything,
You're
basically.
just like, ah yes, I'm the one who
Mm.
puts the
Anyway.
disco ball in the elevator. Don't tell Pixel.
We're talking philosophy at this point, but I get you. But regardless, I
Yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
that scene. I'm glad
Good,
you enjoyed
good,
it.
good.
I
Pixel
hope y'all
probably
enjoyed it.
knows.
Did you
He's
enjoy
just
it,
like,
Tyler,
God
everybody?
damn it.
Oh, yes.
I think Sizzle has always played very good, in-depth, interesting characters, so
Fucking Christ.
All right, now that you're done sucking up, did you enjoy yourself?
I think Sizzle has always played wonderful.
Sizzle, that's implying he can suck.
Shoot him.
Dear, dear, I am still streaming.
God's here.
How much is it going to cost, by the way? Just so I know, so I could write that down in my comm.
On the lower side of moderate. So it's going to be expensive, but not prohibitively expensive.
So like around like 200 or something like that,
His sword.
probably.
It's fucking Metaverse. So whatever you think
You don't
is,
give a shit. Got it.
it's a lot
Got
of
it.
money. It's a
Got it.
lot of money. So it's on the pricey side. You're paying an you're paying a I can't think of the word. You're paying extra because It's worth it.
It's good real estate.
Yeah.
Premium. It's a
Yeah,
premium.
It's free real estate.
Free real estate.
No, you're paying for a premium.
Yeah,
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
whatever.
It's premium.
It's premium. You're paying a premium, but it's not like
It's gentrified.
It's free real estate.
My villain route, you'll regret everything.
Is that the correct term?
I'm not
What?
shooting at Orion. I'm shooting at
Right.
you.
I don't understand.
No, I'm shooting
Okay.
at you
Yeah.
But
It's
because I know you can take it.
Gotcha.
It's not going to put you out of business. It's not going to put DT in an uncomfortable spot, but it's definitely a line item on their.
docket. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Gotcha.
Why can I not think of my meds have fully worn off now?
40,000
Bella?
I'm not gonna be able.
That's a
I'm not gonna be able
That's a
to help
huge
you.
map.
No, it's
I gotta go buy.
no,
a
it's
warehouse and
not.
build a
You mean the
warehouse.
mass?
Why the fuck I
40,000 square feet is
Ledger.
not large. It is a good
It's not.
sized.
Yeah, it's medium
It's a
size.
small building. It's a very small building.
Yeah.
Still a building.
I mean, do you actually hang on? If you want a map, you could take over. I have so many fucking maps.
All right. I'm gonna go order. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna order food right now.
Oh, you already have some pre-built? Man, I would pay you.
Yeah, get that food.
I'm getting pizza.
Slay Queen.